From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Daybreak Drive-In Podcast with Wish TV's Scott Sander. A Wish TV News 8 update.
From Wish TV, I'm Scott Sander with your Daybreak Drive-In for Tuesday, April 26th. Federal prosecutors go after an Indiana town. Russia claims a new victory, and Phil Mickleson reemerges. Next. Several investigations are now underway after the death of a man in police custody. It happened yesterday morning. IMPD says the man's family called for help, saying he was in a state of psychosis. Officers found him naked, sweating, and refusing to cooperate. IMPD says the man ran at an officer who then used a taser twice. He was later pronounced dead at a hospital. The federal government is accusing a southern Indiana town of discriminating against a man with HIV. Justice Department filed a lawsuit against Clarksville. The government says Clarksville police offered the man a job. He'd already been working as a volunteer reserve officer, but then dropped the offer based on his HIV status. This was in 2015. Russia is claiming a new victory in the war in Ukraine. British leaders say Russian forces have taken the city of Kreminna in eastern Ukraine. Russian leaders are amping up fears of a world-altering war, too, telling state-run TV that the threat of a nuclear war should not be underestimated. The Biden administration is seeking the Supreme Court's go-ahead to end a controversial Trump-era immigration program. It forces some people seeking asylum in the United States to wait in Mexico for their hearings. The justices are hearing arguments on the so-called Remain in Mexico policy today. Boston moves on. Brooklyn is gone after a Celtics sweep in round one of the NBA playoffs. 116-112 was the final. The Raptors held off elimination last night, beating Philadelphia, so that series continues. Phil Mickleson plans to return to defend his PGA championship. The golf star has been absent from public view since late February after his widely criticized remarks about an upstart Saudi golf league. Mickleson signed up yesterday for the PGA and the U.S. Open and asked the PGA Tour for the okay to play in one of the Saudi-backed tournaments, too. Expect a dry, breezy day. Lots of sunshine, but not much warmth. Highs will top out in the low 50s with frost possible Wednesday morning. From Wish TV, I'm Scott Sander. Be sure to like and subscribe for your daily news updates from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the Daybreak Drive-In Podcast with Wish TV's Scott Sander. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcasts.